appear in Chicken Run 2? After over 20 years, Netflix is releasing the sequel to one of the most beloved animations of all time, Chicken Run. In fact, the subtitle of the movie is Dawn of the Nugget, which gives us an idea of what the chickens will be fighting against this time, since in the previous film, they escaped to avoid being turned into chicken pies by Mrs. Tweety. In other words, the fight is for survival. But there's much more to this story that we've investigated and discovered, and we're going to share it with you. Netflix instead of DreamWorks. The first major change from the film released in 2000 is the new partnership that Aardman Animations, the studio responsible for the movie, has formed to produce the animation. Aardman is a British studio specialized in stop-motion animation, where characters are made from modeling clay and photographed frame by frame to create the illusion of movement. This process is quite time-consuming. To give you an idea, it required 180 people working every day for a week to produce 1 minute of film.
Wait, are you serious?
In the year 2000, DreamWorks won the competition against various companies, including Disney, to distribute and globally merchandise the film. However, in 2006, the partnership between the two companies ended, and Netflix has now taken over the role of DreamWorks. They have already announced that the film will be available on their platform on December 15th. 2023, just in time for Christmas. Molly. The two main characters in the movie were definitely Ginger, the smartest chicken, and the leader of the chicken coop, who was responsible for convincing all her companions to escape from the Tweety's farm before they turned into pies, and also the gallant and fearless Rocky, a rooster who worked in the circus as a sort of cannonball and ended up at the Tweety's farm. In the end of the movie, he and Ginger become a couple, and in the teaser released by Netflix, we see that from their union, let's say a third protagonist emerged, Molly. And in the movie poster that was revealed, we see that she is already grown up and is much bigger now. Everything indicates that the little chicken will have a prominent role in the film and will be one of the main characters in the story, alongside her parents, of course. If she is as daring and courageous as her mother, it will surely be great to see her on screen. Reference to Dune. Dune is a story that follows the journey of Paul Atreides, a young man whose path leads him to become a great leader and liberator of the weak. And Aardman decided to create a parody using the poster from the movie Dune Part 2, which has the slogan, "Long live the fighters." In the chicken version, it features Babs, the chicken who is almost always seen knitting.
What's this caper, love?
We're flying!
Obviously.
And the slogan was changed to "Long live the knitters." Seriously, the poster looks really cool. Who knows, maybe it's a hint that the mission of the chickens will always be to seek the freedom of all the other chickens. Frizzle. In addition to Little Molly, the posters released by Netflix on the internet make it clear that other new characters will also be added to the plot of Chicken Run 2. So far, the information we have is that Frizzle is a chicken who was kept captive in Dr. Fry's laboratory. From all indications, Frizzle will be a fun-loving chicken who is not afraid to take risks. She will definitely be a great addition to the film's characters. Villain. In the first film, Mrs. Tweety was undoubtedly the main villain of the animation, while Mr. Tweety was also evil, but nothing more than his wife's lackey.
Look, I fixed it. Huh?
She was the true malicious mind behind the plan to turn the chickens into pies, in order to make more money than the eggs were bringing in.
Yeah, the chickens.
Which ones?
All of them.
She was so wicked that she was responsible for the death of poor Edwina, the chicken that was served for dinner by the Tweeties because she didn't lay enough eggs. But the fact is, she died in the end after getting trapped in the pie-making machine, which eventually exploded with her inside. So, for the new film, a new villain will be necessary. As far as we know, it will be Dr. Fry, the owner of the laboratory where Frizzle, the new character, is held captive. But we don't have an image of him yet, but it will surely be released soon. Dawn of the Nugget. The title Dawn of the Nugget is really cool because it continues to bring the idea that was created with the first film, associating the animation's theme with war movies, as the place where the chickens were held captive, their coops, resemble prisoner camps used in World War II, especially considering that the story of Chicken Run took place in the 1950s, shortly after the end of World War II, was indeed a clear reference. In fact, Fowler himself, the oldest rooster in the chicken coop, was a veteran of the Royal Air Force who had served in the war. The theme Dawn also strongly alludes to war movie themes. For example, movies like Red Dawn from 1984 and the one from 2012. In other words, the film contains the same concept of war from the first Chicken movie in this second film. Plot: there has been a leaked script circulating on the internet for Chicken Run 2. Of course, we can't be sure if it's true or not, so everything we're about to say is just a possibility for the film's story. In the movie, Molly, the daughter of Ginger and Rocky, grew up hearing the story of how her parents managed to save all the chickens. And at the same time, she becomes curious about life outside the chicken sanctuary. Because of this, she imagines herself on the mainland, and then she discovers what they're doing to other chickens, turning them into nuggets. Molly decides to go and save her fellow feathered friends on the mainland because she shares her mother's spirit of wanting to help other chickens. She ends up going alone to the mainland, to the laboratory, which is also the nugget factory. When Rocky and especially Ginger realize that she went alone, they gather the same team to rescue their daughter and free all the other chickens. If this is indeed the story, I think it's really cool. New voice actors. In Chicken Run, a Hollywood megastar was cast to voice Rocky Rhodes, the protagonist rooster, Mel Gibson. However, 23 years have passed since the first film, so Mel Gibson has aged a bit since then. That's why a new star was chosen to bring the fearless rooster to life, Zachary Levi, none other than Shazam himself. And not only him, but Ginger will also have a new voice actress. Thandie Newton will take the place that was once held by Julia Sawalha in 2000. Time between the films. The time between the two films will be nothing less than 23 years, which is more than 2 decades. Most of the children who enjoyed this film have now become parents, but that doesn't mean the same amount of time has passed in the chicken story since chickens live for a maximum of 10 years. However, between the escape from the Tweety's farm and the new film, some years have certainly passed in the story itself. Many people are saying that the time interval between when the chickens found their sanctuary of safety and this new film is approximately 2 years. But remember, this is a theory that fans are suggesting, and it makes a lot of sense. Escape versus invasion. While in the first film, the chickens managed a successful escape and ended up on an island far away from humans after building an airplane piloted by Fowler. Yes, the same veteran rooster from the Royal Air Force. Now it seems it will be different. Yes, the premise of the story remains the same, as the chickens will need to escape to avoid becoming nuggets, as it seems.
This is it, everyone. We're escaping. We'll either die free chickens or die trying.
But everything suggests that to save their fellow chickens, Ginger, Rocky, and perhaps even Molly will first need to do the opposite, invade the place, which is likely Dr. Fry's laboratory, to save other poultry like Frizzle. And this dynamic seems like it's going to be really cool. Guys, that's all we know about Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Comment below if you already knew or had heard about this story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Until next time, bye-bye!